quarter inch in the rain gauge. So we're good to start spreading fertilizer. I'm hoping I got about 5.5 ton in here. I'm hoping to get it all spread out tonight so that I can go down first thing in the morning and get another. If I get 2 loads out tomorrow, so it doesn't sound like Helena's going to be open all day tomorrow, and it sounds like they're going to be closed up Sunday, so that kind of throws a wrench into the whole getting all the fertilizer spread this weekend plan. But that just means that Sunday we'll be chisel plowing. But anyhow, I want 240 pounds. Show it's about a 66-pound test weight. So it looks like I want about 3 3/4. Yeah, it looks like one too many. We're gonna go with that. I'd rather have just a little bit too much than not enough. But I got this field, and then I got that field across the street for this year. The guys that were farming that gave it up because their equipment's just too big. And a buddy of mine bought the house, so I'm farming it. But anyhow, we got 9 acres here between that and that to spread. right, before we take off on this field, saw this pulling in. I don't know if this is getting bad where other people live, but this crap is getting really bad around here, and it's enough to piss a guy off, because apparently going to the landfill is too expensive. So these white trash redneck idiots, whoever the heck is doing it, just drive around the back roads at night and just kick shit out of the back of their vehicles. I'm not even, that's just nasty. Like, if you do that crap, you are literally, I don't even know how to describe people that do that. That's just, it's just terrible. Like, it makes me so mad I can't even, it's just, pisses me off. Just take it to the landfill. We literally get, I'm pretty sure every year, because we have a landfill in our county, actually, well, we used to have two, but we have a landfill in our county, and every year we get like they give us like 2 or 3 free landfill passes for every resident in the county. Like, take your shit to the landfill. Don't dump it on other people's private property on the roadside. And no, it's you're literally worse than scum if you do something like that. But that's my rant for the time being. My apologies. Tractor over here before I come chisel plow it and push a couple trees back that fell over. That's about par for the course on this field. Okay, I did that one, I did that one, I did that one. So I gotta go there, there. Okay, I know where I'm going next. Okay, so I got this field all spread. This is the one where I wadded up the snout on the corn head. Ran into a little bit of mud, but not much. I still wouldn't go out here and chisel plow it quite yet because there's still some water standing, but I got this field next door picked up. And there's not a good way to get to, I mean, you can get to it from off the road, but I don't like, you'll see when I start spreading it, there's a really big wet spot that runs along the front. So this field actually comes a lot way back further than I thought. It doesn't look that big from the road, but it's depending on how much I can farm going around that wet spot, I don't know how close I'll be able to sneak to it. But it's like 4.5, 5 acres depending on what I can get out of it. But with that being said, I got permission both from him and from the owners of this field here to punch a hole in this fence line so I can just drive through this fence line. And I think right here is a good spot to do it. I was half tempted to just run over these trees, but that one's a little stouter than I thought. Might call Dad real quick and see how fast he could be out here with our little chainsaw and just cut them things off real quick. And then I'll come out here later in the week, and cause I need about 20 foot. So if I can, like, everything between that tree and that tree, clean this out, and I can drive right through here, no problem. All right, Dad's gonna run me out a chainsaw, and I've only got one, like 4 little trees to get out, and then I can get through with this tractor anyhow. But like I say, I almost thought about driving them over, but I can't bring myself to do it. So anyhow, intermission. Look, Ma, a hole. Field I'm going to be spreading tonight. Should take care of the rest of this load as long as everything worked out right. This is another new one for this year. I actually used to farm this field many moons ago, back when I was still farming with my 2 friends, and I went off to college and didn't feel that I was able to do my share of the work. So I gave up my rights to my third of this, and he'd been farming it, and then the property sold. They didn't want it being farmed, so Matt gave it up. And then I found there's a farm on the other side of them trees there that I'm friends with the guy, and he's friends with the people that bought this. Well, Well, now they want it farmed, so through him, they set me up with it, or he set me up with the people that own it, so now I picked it back up. So it's come back full circle because I'm the one that got it for us the first time, and now I got it back again. So, but this one should be about 6 acres. That's what it used to be. It does have some wet spots in it. Did. Yeah, not too bad. I think if I'd opened it up one more click, I wouldn't have had enough. So I'm gonna call that a win. I'd say there's, I don't know, 200 pounds there maybe. Enough to do about an acre. So I think I'll just go ahead and spread it out on this field and ski-daddle. So I guess we'll catch you guys in the morning picking up another load. All right, we are back. I forgot to take the camera. Well, I left the camera at Mom and Dad's last night and took the spreader home with me, so I didn't have to go back to Mom and Dad's to get the spreader to turn around and go back down and get another load. So I forgot to take the camera with me this morning, but I got to go down and get another load anyhow, so we'll be down there. Yeah, so I was down there right at 7:30 when they opened. This load will finish off the beans. I got these 2 fields here and then one down the road that I picked up new for this year, and then the bean ground will be done, and go back down and switch to corn. The load of fertilizer I got for corn will get everything except my uncle's and the muck, which I still got to go down and check the muck and see how wet it is, because I have yet to even look at it this year. So I don't know if I can get over it yet or not, but anyhow, we'll be down to not a whole lot left by the end of the day. So pitter patter, let's get at her. picked up for this year. I wish he'd let me farm the whole thing, because it actually goes up to that tower, wraps around that hillside, and then there's a bunch on top of the hill that wraps around the other side of the house there. And the whole field's about 35, 36 acres, something like that. But he wants to leave the top for a place to ride a side-by-side, and something about getting horses, and I don't know. But anyway, I ended up with this field because he's friends with my cousin. And I kind of have mixed feelings about getting it, because some friends of ours farmed it up until a couple years ago, and when the property sold, he didn't want it. The guy that owned it didn't want it, or the guy that bought it didn't want it being farmed. This is kind of the same story as the last field that I spread yesterday. And basically he just wanted a couple years to be able to play on it, was the whole deal. And then my cousin kept working on him, and basically I ended up with, from about the bottom of that slip and slide all the way to the road and everything here, there's should be about 15 acres. It's a decent chunk. So the only thing is, he wanted me to leave about 15 feet all the way around it for a trail. So, but like I say, this one I kind of have mixed feelings about, because we're good friends with the people that farmed it, and they lost it. But the guy that owned it didn't want to rent it back to him. For some reason he just didn't want to rent it back to him. That's his deal. But so I ended up with it. So I don't know. I don't really like getting ground this way, but if it wasn't me, it was going to be somebody else. So I don't know. I guess that's how you got to think about it. But hey, look. Oh, never mind. It's broke. I was gonna say free tape measure, but it's even a Stanley. Guess we'll just throw that on here and take it home and throw it away. So we'll throw you here on the fender so you can see the outline of it. When I get the next load and I'm not trying to make it back in time to get another load, I'll throw the camera in some other spots so you're not just on the fender. Okay, that's all spread. I think he's gonna get a couple more paths than what he initially bargained for. I think, judging by the fact that it's still standing full of water, I'm gonna guess it's not gonna be fun to try to farm through it. So I guess you can kind of see the dark spot in the grass that kind of meanders its way up kind of the corner of that property there. I think this I'm just gonna leave and not farm it, and I'll farm both sides of it and leave a waterway, because this doesn't look like it's going to be any fun to try to farm. And there's another spot there. Which I'll probably just farm around, maybe. I don't like farming through holes that stand full of water. They never grow anything anyhow. You're better off to leave it grass. But fertilizer spread, so we can come over and get it chisel plowed when we get time. Ideally, I'd like to moldboard it because of all the grass, but since I have to figure out it's gonna be easier to chisel plow it because of the spots that I'm gonna find and go around as things go. That end of the field seems fairly dry. There was one spot kind of, must be a spring coming out of the hillside, but should be able to farm through that. It looks like the vast majority of the wet spots are down here. But anyhow, back for another load. Well, now we gotta wait a minute. So I guess they blew a hydraulic line on the whacker and they don't have time to fix it, so we went next door to the elevator to see if they could borrow their cat. So, oh yeah, I dare say it blew pretty good. Let the trail all the way out. So, we'll be back. Okay. Now I got a different rate going on, so I got to reset the spreader. We might get sprinkled on because apparently Mother Nature decided that we actually did need some rain today, but it doesn't look like it's going to amount to much. Hopefully, because I'm about as far away from home as I can get right now. Hold on. Okay. So, huh. Well, okay, it's at least been running off of one. Let's say it's been spreading because I've been watching it. Anyhow, so I need 145, and this one's so about 2, a little over 2. Neighborhood ought to work. I guess I'll have to address that belt here at some point. The joys of running rental spreaders. Super duper hard, but it's raining hard enough that my main concern is the fertilizer in this spreader turning into a brick. especially if it starts raining harder and I can't get it all spread. If I knew I could get it all spread out, it wouldn't concern me so much, but not knowing if it's going to start raining harder or not, I don't want it to get a bunch of water in it and then have to park it in the barn overnight and have it turn into a brick. So tomorrow's supposed to be decent. We should be able to finish spreading this out in the morning and go from there. So I guess I'm gonna go ahead and get unhooked and see what else I could fiddle around with today. It's enough to make a guy mad. Last night it wasn't supposed to rain at all. This morning didn't say anything about rain. Got down there, picked up this load of fertilizer. We were looking outside the fertilizer barn. The guy said, man, I hope it's not supposed to rain. I pulled my phone out, sure as shit. Don't know where that came from, but at least it's not snowing, because it's snowing in Illinois right now. Screw that. So we'll see you in the morning. Okay, last time we have to restart this. Glad I decided to quit yesterday, because we ended up with almost a 1/4 inch of rain. Plus there was some snow mixed in there, so however much that gave us. So yeah. Teeter, why did he let you out? Alright, hang on, I gotta put her back in, otherwise she's gonna try to follow me. Okay, as I was saying, we got a fair bit of moisture yesterday, so I'm glad I quit when I did, because there was a few times it rained pretty dang hard. And this morning when I got hooked up, I flipped this belt back on the pulley, and come to find out, I think the reason it chucked it is this gearbox is out. You can take that top shaft and like basically just wiggle it around all you want. So hopefully it makes it through this load. Now that I know about it, it'll probably finish itself off, but I guess we'll find out. Tomorrow when I go get my last load, I might see if they'll let me grab a different spreader if there's one down there. But anyhow, we got 5 more fields to hit today before this is empty, so get after it. About 3 acres short, so I must be putting on just a touch heavy, but that'd be see, 140, that'd be about 400 pounds ish short. So 400 pounds over a 50 acre load, that's not too terrible. I think it's one of them deals where if you do it one more click back on the gate, you'd probably ended up with too much. So damned if you do, damned if you don't. But anyhow, I guess I'm gonna get unhooked and go get some lunch and put this video together real quick and switch to chisel plowing. So that's it for this one. I'll catch you guys on the next one.